Hello guys and welcome back to our brand new match review here on the channel. My name is James and today we're going to go ahead and sit down and talk to you guys about Reading's 1-1 draw at home to Shrewsbury Town. The Royals were back in action at the Select Car Leasing Stadium and unfortunately were coming away with just 1 point. Gareth Ainsworth's Shrewsbury side really probably deserved all 3 points if we're being completely honest. For me, they were the better of the two teams on the night. And if you would have told me going into the game that, look, if you would have taken the result over a performance, absolutely I would have. I think this was always going to be a trapdoor game for Reading. Gareth Ainsworth teams always tend to do all right against Reading. And I think Shrewsbury as well last year came away with 6 points out of 6 against Reading. So to come away with a win today would have been absolutely superb, but unfortunately it wasn't the case, and Reading, look, to me, were quite poor on the day and overall arguably didn't deserve the win. Now yes, there should have been an opportunity for Reading to come away with the win, especially with the referee missing a Kelvin E penalty very late on. Must have been about the 86th minute when referee Abigail Byrne has just completely missed that one. For me, was just an absolutely abysmal decision, but that decision shouldn't be the thing that we're pointing out here. It should be the poor performance from Reading and really Shrewsbury being the better of the two teams. Now in terms of the starting 11 that Noel Hunt went with today, Joel Pereira was the man in between the sticks for Reading. Andre Garcia, Tyler Bindon, Amadou Mbenge and Michael Craig make up the back four. Charlie Savage, Lewis Wing and Harvey Nibbs were the three in midfield with Kelvin E and Chem Campbell out wide. Finally up front was Jaden Wareham. Now in terms of performances today, I think in the last game against Huddersfield I pointed out Andre Garcia as having a very poor game. Well, once again he's on the chopping block for me. A very poor performance today once again from Andre Garcia. In the midfield as well, I thought Charlie Savage and Lewis Wing were particularly poor as well, and on the wings Chem Campbell was absolutely abysmal. I thought today was one of the worst games I've seen Chem Campbell play in a Reading shirt. Look, for me, he looked like a charity competition winner out there. I thought he was absolutely abysmal. Again, going down the wing, the pace just was not there. Anytime a ball was a little bit further in front of him, he just didn't have the legs to be able to go and get the ball. Every time expected it to feet, and any time it was in front of him, just wasn't able to capitalise. There was an opportunity for him where Jamal Blackman made a good save to deny him from scoring, but overall, I just thought Chem Campbell once again was very poor and gave away the penalty as well, which we'll go into in just a minute. Shrewsbury though, like I said, I thought they were much better than Reading today. Arguably should have came away with more if we're being honest. I don't think they created a massive amount of opportunities, but they had the ball more attacking than Reading did, if that makes sense. Reading had a lot of possession and had a lot of the ball, but failed to really create any massive chances to test Jamal Blackman in the goal of Shrewsbury. Now in terms of opportunities, like we said, Shrewsbury actually did have a penalty in the first half. It came when Chem Campbell fouled his man inside the box and John Marquis was the man who stepped up and took it. Marquis missed the penalty with Joel Pereira making the save, and the rebound really looked as if that should be going in the back of the net too. But Joel Pereira again made a very good save and yeah, saved Reading from going 1-0 down early on. Reading eventually did make it 1-0. It happened in the 28th minute when a long cross that was overhit eventually found its way to Kelvin E and E on the touchline manages to get past his man with some really good skill, cross the ball back into the box, low and hard, and eventually finds Jaden Wareham, who scores his first home goal for Reading in the league. Wareham was able to finished it off with a celebration that lasted a pretty long time. I think there was maybe 3 or 4 different individual celebrations that took place. There was the cartwheel backflip, there was the slap of the badge, there was a dance with Mbenge, and then there was just a general fist bump. You could see how much it meant for him to score. And I got to say, in terms of performances today from Reading, we spoke about the bad ones. Well, we can touch on the good ones too. I do think Joel Pereira had a good game for Reading. I think maybe his distribution could have been a little bit quicker, especially with Reading chasing the game a little bit later on. So maybe he could have been a little bit better there. But in terms of his saving, I thought Joel Pereira had a decent game. I do think that Kelvin E had a decent game as well. When he had the opportunity with the ball at his feet, he was always a threat for Reading, especially down that left-hand side. And, well, really, again, should have had a penalty in the second half. And I thought Jaden Wareham did all right as well. I think his hold-up play today was pretty decent from Wareham. So, yeah, like I said, I've got to give him a little bit of credit. And he also got on the score sheet. So, yeah, again, a fair play to Jaden Wareham. Second half, though, for me, I thought Reading came out and looked a little bit better than they did in the first. Started to attack with a little bit more fluidity. But, again, failed to really test Jamal Blackman in the Shrewsbury goal. Shrewsbury, though, were the team to actually score in the second half. The goal came from the number 14, Taylor Perry, as he put the ball in the back of the net. It came from 2 massive long balls that came from Reading, and then one went up the other end straight away from Shrewsbury. Flick on was eventually found and Perry found the back of the net. This came following a booking that he got for some dissent. And yeah, it looks like he had the last laugh. After Reading fans, we were all saying he's going to cry in a minute. Unfortunately, it was us that was crying in the stands, as Perry was the man that got the last laugh and got the equaliser for Shrewsbury. Eventually, Reading did have a couple of more opportunities. Like we said, Chem Campbell had a chance that Jamal Blackman was able to save. And then late on, Kelvin E, who eventually went into the centre following Wareham being taken off for Bowden, he saw himself be fouled in the box by the Shrewsbury Town goalkeeper. And the referee, who's right in front of it, has just completely missed it. I thought overall, Abigail Byrne had a decent performance on the day. She did not buy any of the diving that Shrewsbury were going with. Gareth Ainsworth teams are notorious for knowing to be easily going down, and she didn't fall for any of it. But unfortunately, she didn't fall for the Kelvin E penalty, which for me should have been given. I think there's a case to make an argument that maybe he wouldn't have got the ball if he rounded the goalkeeper, as it would have gone out. But at the same time, the goalkeeper has fouled Ehibachiman. So she hasn't given the penalty, but at the same time, surely if she's not giving that, there should be a foul going the other way for diving, and a booking should be given to Kelvin. Either way, look, I think Reading might have been robbed of 2 points here, but at the end of the day, the performance doesn't justify the 3 points. So we would have arguably been robbing Shrewsbury of a point here today. But look, I just think it's gutting that it came down to that one magic bit of moment from Kelvin Ehibachiman could have won Reading the game after a poor performance, which for me I would have took in a heartbeat. I think the result was always going to be what's important coming out of this one. I thought Reading would have always had a poor performance here against Shrewsbury, but unfortunately we weren't able to get that result. Now, look, apart from that, I can't really think of ever any other major opportunities that Reading created. I think there was one just after the Chem Campbell shot where it came back to Ehibachiman/Wareham, and eventually no one was able to get on the end of it. But look, in terms of what this does for the league table, Reading now sit in 9th position with 30 matches played, 13 wins, 7 draws and 10 losses, with 46 points on the board. Unbeaten in our last 3, but just 1 win in our last 7 when it comes to League One matches. It's going to be important and quite vital, really, this run coming up of home matches. Rotherham is the next team at home for Reading on Saturday, followed by Birmingham after that. So it's an interesting time at the moment. And yeah, some massive fixtures coming up for the Royals. Do I believe we're still in the playoff hunt? Yes. Do I think we'll actually be in it though? No. But look, it's a long season. There's 16 games to go, so lots of points to play for. And really, survival looks like it's done now. So yeah, we could be happy with that. That's going to be it for this one today though, guys. Thank you very much for watching. My name's been James, and we'll see you all again very soon. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.